People who watch a lot of television, who read all the magazines, who read the newspapers, who go to the movies, who talk about the latest headlines and this story and that story, are basically propping up this whole construct. They're passing these negative memes on all the time. And anybody who has experimented with moving themselves away from mainstream media, you realise something very interesting happens. I was in the States recently speaking in various locations, and one guy came up to me and said, "Oh yeah," he said, "I stopped watching TV a year ago. It's really interesting. I'm reading more, spending more time with my children. I've taken up painting. I've visited these countries, and just life is so much richer and truer and freer. It's just it's more human. You know, it's just better." He said, "I don't watch the news anymore. The news is irrelevant to me." He said, "What matters to me is what I see in my life. And if I want to know about a certain country, I will find out about that myself. I don't need it broadcast to me. I will find it. If I want to know about a political situation, I will find it. I will go on the net, I will visit it, I'll go to the library, whatever." But the most interesting thing he said of all this stuff was his wife hadn't managed to unplug from the TV. And what they'd agreed to do was put the TV on a trolley, a little rolling trolley, right? And he said, "All I ask you to do is not have it in the living room." So she'd been kind of, putting this in another room, watching TV, and they'd agreed to do this between themselves. And then one Saturday night, she said, "Look, balls to that. I'm going to watch it on the sofa, in the living room. It's a big program that I love, tough shit, I'm going to watch it." And he said, "Okay." And this program was a popular program, I believe, called NCIS, right? Which is about forensic examination and crime solving and stuff like that. Very popular in the States and here. And this guy, who had not watched any television for a year, said he had resensitized. He had resensitized himself, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And when he watched this program, he said it was like a vision of hell. He said there was brains being splattered all over the TV, there was rape, there was murder, there was base, crude, pornographic images on the screen. He said this was on like Channel 4 or whatever at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. Children watch it. And his wife was completely oblivious to it because she was desensitized. Like anybody who watches TV is desensitized to these images. It is acceptable entertainment to watch people get their head blown off. So this is neophobia. This is how it works.